to get right up to the birth and have a whole global pandemic break out, it just shot my anxiety through the roof.
Every single day, there's new guidance coming in. So many sleepless nights, so many tearful moments.
Everything is so backwards, and honestly, there isn't anything that's normal right now.
Now, we're hearing daily about the tragic death toll that this pandemic is taking, but around the world, new life continues to be born. CHELLE, talk to me a little bit about your anxiety levels, because, you know, pregnancy for anyone can be an anxious time, but I know that your journey to pregnancy has already kind of been fraught with anxiety.
Yeah, I've had 6 miscarriages. I do have a 2-year-old son. Just going into that hospital and not knowing anything, and everybody would tell me it's fine, but there's not much research on it. So of course it was really scary. And I was supposed to go in for the glucose test, and I had called them and asked them what they were going to do to protect me, because you have to drink that drink and then sit in the office for an hour. And I had asked them if I could take the drink and sit in my car, because I didn't want to sit in the waiting room, because that was whenever everything was starting to come out. And she just said I had to sit there. My test was required, and I couldn't go in my car, and they would make sure people would stay away from me. And that was the big switch for me to home birth. I feel so much more at ease, but it's still very anxious. I'm very concerned about not having medicine.
PUNAM, obviously, you know, you delivered, successfully, which is a blessing. Who was with you during your delivery?
Essentially, guidance had changed in the couple of weeks running to before I had my baby, and the birthing partners could no longer stay for the whole duration of your stay in the hospital. So a lot of it was done on my own, but my husband was able to be with me during the actual sort of surgery, the section. But then obviously when we went to the postnatal ward, he had to leave. But I must say that I did have a sense of comfort though, because I could see a lot of the other mums were there in the same situation as me. And within that, we all had our babies, and it was a very comforting moment. I was just like, there's a lot of solidarity. We're all here. We're all in this together.
Your husband was there with you, which was a huge comfort to you in those moments, which is amazing. But then he had to leave. So, you know, where has he been now? Has he been able to see your child?
We've been just living in different parts of the house. He's working full time. He had to return to work 2 days after, just because of the job. So he's got his own separate room. He's not coming near sort of me, my son, or the baby. It's a very difficult start to the life of my little baby.
We heard from PUNAM there, you know, what was it like? I mean, what's it been like being separated from your family, especially with your newborn?
It's really hard. Just being able to see them across the room, and you're just so close and yet tantalizingly so far away. But I think it's important to be able to say that I would never forgive myself if I didn't do this and I passed COVID on to my children, and something were to happen. This is short-term pain. This is my pain that I'm going through. And if, as a parent, I can do everything I can for my children, then I will.
That was another very tough thing for me. My family is in the South, so I have a lot of family in Oklahoma, and they were going to come up and be around to help me and my husband so we can get sleep. We had it all planned. And then of course, once everything happened, no one could come up. But it's definitely been tough not having them here, because everyone just wants to see the baby.
What do you want women and parents and people who are expecting, what do you want people to know?
Just appreciate that the psychology of this pandemic is such that you just have to do what feels really right to you. And if you find that you are struggling, do not suffer alone. Coronavirus is one thing, we may or we may not get it, but your mental well-being has a huge impact on your pregnancy and on your unborn baby. So if you are struggling, reach out for help, contact your doctor, but don't bottle it in.
Just find the joy in this experience. And I know that sounds crazy because there's nothing joyful at all about a pandemic, but there is a ton of joy in giving new life. So don't allow this situation that none of us asked for to snatch that moment of joy from you.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here. And click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.